There is a bit of
like right now.
Reverb.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ryan White with Chain Gang Sports alongside my co-host,
Stephanie White.
Stephanie White. We're here at the she said that like with a question mark. Like, I think I'm Stephanie White. We're at the Citizens Bank of Rogersville studios here. We are covering all things LR Varsity women's soccer. And we got a couple coaches next to us here. Coach Whoop, Coach Ballard. Thanks for coming up, guys. How you been?
Been all right.
Been all right?
Yeah.
Coach Ballard? I know you took a shower. You smell nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and you don't
Look
need
good,
makeup.
feel good.
You don't need makeup because you're just pretty as it is, right? Yes.
Shayna, comment.
So anyway, hey, I want to get into it. Let's talk the season. How's it been? Take us from the beginning and kind of where we're at and maybe some challenges. I know we were just visiting real quick offline about, been a little interesting season so far.
Yeah, since last year, we revamped our whole schedule because of the new conference. We were excited about it. We played some bigger schools, some schools from St. Louis. Going into practice, like the first couple of weeks, I think Ballard said, we're pretty deep.
So just real quick on that, I pulled up our roster for this season, and I was like, holy cow. Like, it feels like there's a lot of girls on the team. Is that the case?
Yeah, I think we had 31 or 32.
Wow.
At the very beginning. There were a couple that, just because of one thing or another, they couldn't play.
Mm-hmm.
Had 3 basketball girls that we were planning on, and 2 played, 1 didn't, and then 1 tore her ACL.
Yeah. And that was Taylor, right? Taylor Ray tore her ACL.
Yeah, and I was really excited to see her. She really was good at the end of last season.
Mm-hmm.
I thought her and my daughter played well together in the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
In his first game.
And now we got to adjust.
We had to adjust.
So, Coach Ballard, what's it been like working with the girls this season? Some new pieces, some pieces going down, having to plug in some girls. What's that been like?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you've been around sports at all, you got to make adjustments. I mean, yeah, I made the comment, we're going to be deep because it looked that way. I mean, we were counting on certain players being available to us, and we had to wait on the basketball girls. Mm-hmm. So, you train for 3 weeks and you're like, okay, we're good, but we're about to get deeper. And we're excited about that. And then, boom, Taylor tears her ACL. And then Sydney, she had an ankle issue, still hasn't played. And so you go from, I think we're really deep to we're kind of threadbare. And then we had a couple other injuries. And so we've got kids sitting out and waiting and trying to get healthy. And so you recover and you go, all right, who can play? And so you find some kids and you put them in situations. And some of those early games, the first 7 games we played, I mean, 6 of them were high-level teams, And so you talk about baptism by fire. I mean, you just threw them in and said, okay, let's see what you got, And they responded to, at various levels, and they took their knocks.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely got some bumps and bruises along the way, but,
sure.
It was a learning experience. So, we just kind of weathered the storm, and I think maybe we're hitting form now.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys – you have to forgive me because, we have our own kids playing ball and stuff. What's our record on the season? Do you guys know? Okay, both coaches, neither one of them know what our record is.
6-6.
I was trying to remember if we were 7-6 or 6-6. I'm looking to the girls over there. And
we're 6-6.
Okay, so we're like a 5 right now. We're like a 500 club team. We got two weeks left, but as you were saying, Coach Wubnall, you were like, it's kind of hard to tell, right?
Yeah, those first couple games, so we played 3 games right away, and it was Ozark, and then it was 2 St. Louis schools, and with Ozark, we started off with everyone, and at the end of that game, we basically lost 3 or 4 starters
in one game.
Yes, it's in one game, but it was some weird injuries. Like my Sydney has some issues with her, and then Sydney Holland with her ankle. Aiden had hamstring or something.
Yep.
So we go into those 2 St. Louis schools on Friday and Saturday, and I don't think on Saturday we had a sub.
Oh, my.
And that was the 3rd game in a row at the very beginning of the season.
And probably the best team we played all season.
That's either between them or, yeah.
Yeah.
So now my question is, how do you or how are you guys doing like player management at this point? Because you got girls that are trying to recover. So, but I don't know, are they working out some? And then how much do you work them out? And, you know, you got girls and we're not subbing. So what do you guys, how does that work? Tell us how you guys in your wizardry make those calls and adjustments with regarding like practicing.
Well, yeah, practice has been interesting.
Yeah.
This year, because there has been
Talk
some girls
about
that
it.
have been sitting out. I don't know. We've got a couple girls that have stepped up a bit. Brooke, my daughter, who's a freshman, she stepped up. Maya Coyen, who's new, kind of new to LR. She's really come along well. Mackenzie Taylor, she's played with us, but she's done a great job for us this year. I don't know. Sometimes we've had girls sitting out, and to figure out what you're going to do in practice and figure out little teams, who to put together is impossible. I don't know that we've had the girls that I thought we were going to have when it came to practice.
Yeah. Well, we have to listen to the trainers too. So,
right.
You know, we always tell the girls that you don't tell us if you can or can't train. You know, the trainers do. And then from there, we listen to them. But, you know, we also have to manage that. You know, we've got, you know, players that maybe they're available to us, but they've just come back. And so,
and then it's like, how much do you push them, right?
Yeah. In-game management. I mean, you go, okay, maybe it's comfortable now. It's time to pull somebody out and let them, you know, fully recover. So, you know, maybe we'd be blowing out a team or maybe, you know, win a little more convincingly, but we're having to just, you know, manage the squad and make sure we don't get further injuries.
So what's the hope at this point then? Like, we're not going to be back to full strength because we're -1 for the season for sure.
2 now. We have 2 ACLs.
Or two ACLs. So, like, how are you guys feeling about where they're at, the ones that can recover, getting back to you know, as full strength as you can this far into the season?
I
are we
feel
close?
Really good about it.
Close?
Yeah, I actually think we're playing better. It's hard to say, but I think we're a better team than what we were last year. I think we have more experience. So whenever we decide that this is what we want, I think these girls will really
be ready to roll.
Teams, yeah.
So I know it's a one game at a time. I get that. That's how I would approach things. But we got two weeks or so. How you guys feel about the way? And I'm guessing this is going to be mostly conference moving forward, right? Conference games at the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow and Tuesday are 2 big games in terms of district seeding. So we got Bolivar and New Covenant.
We love Bolivar on this show. We're really big fans of them.
I wish Pope was here to really
give us we like it when they bang on their drum. It's so much fun.
Yeah. No, I think we're in a really good place with, you know, Sydney Holland was able to do some ball work today. She won't play tomorrow or Tuesday, but I think if all goes well, she could get some minutes on Thursday, which would give us potentially, 3 games before districts. And so, but the other thing is, you know, like these girls, you know, it's hard when you lose. Losing's not fun, but it can be a great education. You know, losing to quality teams. What did we say until last week? We hadn't played a Class 2 team, right? We're Class 2, and for people that don't know, it's only goes to 4 in soccer, right?
Okay.
So we're really a small Class 2, and all we've done is play Class 3 and Class 4 teams, and quality Class 3 and Class 4 teams. So, you know, losing a bunch of games on the front end is meaningless, you know, because, you know, sure, we're 500, but we expect to go on a tear from here. And I really think we have the players to do it. And I think we learned a lot in those early games. And there's no reason we can't go on and continue through.
Yeah, and some of the girls that you have on this team have been with the program for several years now. And John and I, you know, we've been following the program through our show. But you guys have had a ton of success, I mean, within the last 3-4 years. So have you guys, with the players that are not new, that have been on these teams that have just been tearing it up, have you guys kind of had to, like, hey, you know, we're still good, even though we're not winning 20 games? You know, have you had to fight any of that with the mentality maybe?
Yes.
I bet.
I think that's difficult. I think, you know, last year and the success that we had, and I actually think that our girls think that we are good this year. So trying to get them to push through and realize, hey, we've got a ways to go. I think we can compete even at a state level. But it takes the practice now. So when we get there, we're ready, as opposed to working once you get there. It's not good enough then.
So Jan McClellan, she said Team Wubanaw. So I'm going to get you guys out of here on this one. I only want you up here for about 10 minutes, and we're already there. So you guys are done.
We're not the show.
But Coach Woob, I want to know from your perspective. You know, we've asked several years now who's got the better hair, and this is my question. It's not who has the better hair. My question is, as being the champion at this point, what is it like from your perspective watching Ballard go through all of these hair changes, trying his best to compete? What's it like?
Well, I'm not going to lie. During the season this year, I mean, we started doing some different things, and I was like, I got to step up my game.
I'm just trying to get the girls to win, okay? Whatever it takes.
I started looking at pictures online to figure out what could come next. Keep me on top,
That's a great point.
But
he hasn't brought the surfer dude back yet.
Please
So-
don't.
So you're just kind of taking it in, it sounds like. He's basking in his glory.
Hey, now tell him the truth.
I just
Long
don't want to cut
before-
my hair.
Long before Chain Gang, I've had many hair,
Uh-huh.
do's and some hair don'ts. But it happened before these guys started asking this question.
Oh, yeah.
Well, listen, we're super pumped about maybe what the back half of this season's gonna entail for you guys and the team, and getting healthy and just tearing it up. All this hard work and these higher class level teams. It's gonna pay off, right?
I hope so.
That's the hope. So, best of luck to you. It ain't about you guys. It ain't about me and Steph. So get out of here.
We're out.
We're gonna have 2 more players come up.
Hey, we are home Monday, Tuesday, Thursday's our senior game.
Holy cow!
And then we're home next Tuesday as well.
So
And districts is all at home.
So our next 4
Quarterfinals
games
is at home.
Next 3 weeks, there's a lot of home games.
Okay.
Go out and support them.
So Miss Executive Producer Pope, she does all the social media stuff, and I'm sure she's going to be blasting it out there. So the message is get out, pack the stands. They're usually 4:30, 5 o'clock starts.
Yeah, it's 4:30.
Super easy to get to when you're working.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's
Well,
working.
okay, it's a JV start
Yeah.
on
Monday.
and Thursday,
Okay.
and the next Tuesday. The only reason we have a varsity start this Tuesday against Bolivar
The
is
makeup.
because there's a choir concert. So we've got
So they can play, then go
Yeah.
sing.
we do things like that.
Amazing athletes. All right. I think Jan's Team Woob. Thanks, guys, for coming up. Best of luck to you. All right,
Thanks,
you two,
Ryan. Thanks,
3. 2 of you are coming up. You guys were deciding, and 1 of you is going to be staying.
Try not to hurt anybody.
Hey, real quick, while they're switching out here, Green Box Photography, Joe Thomas, thanks so much, my man. Post-game pizza, Eric Farron at Shelter Insurance, J&G Services. They're one of our new sponsors, one of our wrestlers and his dad, all things like camping repair. MDP Boat. Hey, thanks, man. That was great, Woo. We got a great picture of that. MDP Motors, Julian's Heating and Air, Rogersville Pharmacy, and B&B Well and Pump. Ladies, get your ears on so you can hear us. Can you
Get a
hear me?
little
Can you hear
close
me
to the
now?
mic,
You know you got to get right up on that mic.
Okay.
All right, ladies, real quick, introduce yourselves. Tell us what grade you're in and what position or positions you're playing.
I'm Madeline. I'm a senior, and I play defense.
I am Maddie Lou. I'm a sophomore, and I'm a forward. And I played a little bit of midfield at the very beginning of the season.
Uh-huh.
But
And then they moved you up top?
yeah,
Yeah.
after the 3 goals against, who was it? Summit Christian
Yes.
at the Kickapoo shootout.
Okay. So you both ladies have been on here before, and so welcome back.
Thank
I have
you.
not.
I thought you've been on here before.
Mm-mm.
Was it with a different sport?
Millie was on here.
He
I
knew
was on-
somebody was.
Yeah.
All state, right here. Okay, yeah, Maddie, I wanted to ask you, I want you to talk about what he just said here in just a second, but didn't you just score like your millionth goal or something?
Yeah, I just got my 100th last, what was that, Monday, Tuesday?
That's crazy.
So,
Monday against Parkview.
okay, so 100 goals in 2 seasons. Well, not even 2 seasons.
Yeah, I have 102 right now.
Okay. Does anyone in the building know the like school record for like a single season or a career? It's all she's already got it. Holy moly. Okay, so you're just building on it. Okay, so quite an accomplishment.
Thank you.
Keep up the strong work. Don't get hurt. Now, what was Woob hollering over here saying about you?
I was co-defensive all-state.
Oh, so the kind of feels like a chip. Like maybe you feel like you should have been the.
There's some pretty good teams at state.
Okay. Okay. Well, ladies, real quick, same question that we asked the coaches. How's the season been? What's your assessment of how we started and kind of where we're at?
It's been interesting. They worded it correctly with that. Yeah, it's definitely been a lot different than all my other seasons.
That was one of the questions because you win every game and you're not right now, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely been different.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot different than last year. I think that the level of play with the other teams is helping us a lot. I think that we're becoming better, like, collectively, and I think that'll help us in the future. And playing these 3A, 4A schools is definitely helping. I mean, not mentally with all these losses, but
physically and challenging.
Yeah, but I feel like us at least stepping up on these games, it's really helping us play. And whenever we get to districts and hopefully state, I feel like we'll be prepared because we've been playing all of these big games.
Yeah. And you both have been playing soccer for a long time, right? Like
Yes, sir.
almost your whole life. Yeah. Do you guys remember what got you in to soccer to begin with? Can you remember?
My mom put me in it whenever I was in preschool. I started playing Happy Feet whenever I was like 2.
Is that a Happy Feet, like an
The
organization?
movies?
No, it was no, but it was. I went to Little Sunshines whenever I was
there's
like
another one.
a baby, and that was my preschool. And so whenever I was there, they had this organization come in, which was called Happy Feet, and they just like started teaching little kids how to play soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And I started really liking it. So my mom put me into the Y, and then I started doing club,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just didn't like anything else.
Now you still play club, right? In the
Yes.
off seasons.
Yes.
Do you play some club ball at all?
I stopped playing club like sophomore year.
Okay. Okay. Reg, you got any questions you want to fire away over there? I feel like
I'm going through these because you've already gone through some.
well,
so
you
gotta,
know, I talk a lot,
I know.
so I'm trying
That's
not
fine.
to.
What's your guys' favorite part about being on the team?
Ooh.
Definitely the people. Like we have really good friendships on the team. It's really fun at practice. And
Everybody
games.
gets along really
Mhm.
well. Good.
Yeah, I would probably say the team also, but I also just love competition.
Yeah.
So I like being able to push others on the team because I feel like they can take it well.
Is there anybody on the team that you're just competitive against?
Great, and you're both up here. This is awesome.
It's okay. We have a good friendship outside of it.
It's very fun.
What about like your most favorite soccer moment? It doesn't have to be this year. It can be any year, but
I gotta think about this one. Going to state was pretty fun.
Yeah, I really like going to state. Hopefully we can win it this year. But
That would be great. I would love that.
yeah, well, I said that last year and then we kind of choked.
Well, we learned from that one though.
Yeah.
We're
It's
gonna
okay.
be better moving forward.
Favorite soccer moment? I know one of my most memorable ones was me getting a red card in club.
Yeah.
what'd you get a red card
Nice.
for?
Have you
So-
gotten any?
Have you gotten that?
Have you gotten any red cards? You got to get one this year. This is your last season in high school.
I got it in club. I want to say 2 years ago. It was I want to say regionals or nationals, and we were playing semifinals. I can't remember where, but a girl was like pulling my hair, shoving me, pushing me, and I have a little bit of a temper.
I would have probably ducked her.
Yeah,
Well,
I have a little bit of a temper without somebody doing that to me.
Mhm.
And she ended up kneeing me right in the back after I shot. and I missed the goal because of it. And so I turned around, I shoved her, and I kicked her.
Perfect. Love it.
I'm sure my
Ballard
mom
shakes his head. Come on, man. I love that.
It was not good. It was really bad. Yeah, I ended up having to do suicides after that.
Yeah.
Because-
Maddie, some may say that would have been a moment of weakness, but I think you handled it great.
Oh.
Just retaliate, just let it.
Coaches are shaking their head no.
I learned my lesson after that. I was like, ooh, yeah. I was really like, ooh, we're not going to do that one again. Nope.
All right, so here's a question for both of you ladies. We've heard about all of the injuries on the teams that's been taking place this year. So have either one of you had an experience like that where you're in the middle of a season or you're just getting fired up, you have a setback with an injury? Have you ever had to go through anything like that? And then maybe talk about what it's like.
Have you, Matt?
I have not.
So neither one gets hurt. And
well, actually, so this past season, after high school, I ended up going to regionals and nationals with my club team, and we were playing 5 games in 5 days.
Oof,
for
that's a lot of miles.
4 weeks in a row. Yeah, I think we only played like every other week, but it was really, really bad. So we went to Chicago, and then we ended up going over to where did we go?
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Shoot. Anywhere, somewhere. We went somewhere. I can't remember.
Clearly.
We got there. We got there, and I had tweaked my back in practice a little bit. Well, we got to the final game in nationals, and I could not walk. It was that bad. I was out my whole club season. I was out 6 months. I had to do PT. They took MRIs, CT scans, everything, x-rays. They had no idea what was wrong with my back. So this past winter is the first time I've been back since high school season last year.
Holy cow. That's a lot of time off. What would you say she had? What would you tell me if I had something like that?
Wussy baby
I have
syndrome.
a wussy baby syndrome. My back hurts. You got an ouchie on your back, Maddie. It's okay.
But not her. That's only you.
All right. You got one? Because I got one. I'm ready.
Okay, well, I kind of do. Going back to when, that girl was kicking you and being all hateful and rude. In my mind, when I think of soccer, I see a lot of, drama on the field. Okay. Is that, a misconception with the, I'm going to fake an injury, kind of and, they're all over the ground and stuff? Or does that?
I bet Ballard does that in practice, doesn't he? You know what she's talking about?
Yeah,
when
overplaying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, is that a misconception? Is it true? Or maybe is there another misconception that comes along with soccer that, you want to correct people on?
There are times where I do overplay sometimes. So you
can get a breather.
Or just get a foul that's right outside the box and somebody's right on my back and shoving me, and then I'll fall because I'd rather fall and get a foul called than get hurt.
What about you? What do you think?
Many
misconceptions you want to clear the air about?
I think soccer is actually really physical.
It's
so physical.
It was a misconception. I'll be real honest. I've talked about it before. The first game we broadcast, and I watched it, I was like, holy cow. We got bodies banging. This is great. I love it.
It's a lot more physical than people think it is. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of the time fouls actually happen. People don't have to fake it, at least in girls soccer, because there's a lot of fouling.
Girls soccer and guys soccer is very different. Very different.
How so?
Well, I feel like guys use their hands a little bit more than we do. I don't know how to describe it.
I know what you mean.
They're more they grab each other's jerseys a lot more.
Connor Stewart does that. Whenever I watch him, I'm like, I'm scared he's gonna get a foul because his hands are always up on the.
Yeah, but they do it. They do it in a smart way, though.
Oh well, why don't you do that?
I do.
I got you guys.
I do.
You need to do that. Do that.
Do I not do that? Yeah.
Okay, you need to start. If you're not, start grabbing jerseys, pulling. No, don't pull hair.
Don't pull hair.
But yeah, man, it is a very physical game. You're right. I I didn't think it was until I watched one live at close up, and I was kind of taken back by it. So, ladies, what are some experiences or maybe some life skills that you think you may have learned being a soccer player that doesn't just apply to sports?
Do you want to go? I'll go. I think like handling like losses, not just like losing a game, just like being able to be like, okay, this happened and you have to keep going because it just moves on. So.
Okay. Overcoming some adversity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd say like working with people you wouldn't be able to work with, like because your personalities just collide differently.
Yeah. Wait till you get in the real world.
Oh, yeah. Well, so it's like going into
But
high
you're
school.
right.
Going into high school was a lot different than playing with my club team because we've been playing together for so long that we've just like made these connections. I forgot that I had to talk to people outside of them. And so coming into high school or like going to a different team where you don't know anybody, you make a lot of different connections with people and you talk to a lot of people you wouldn't talk to outside of a sport.
Yeah.
And I feel like it helps make.
Yeah. Just your ability to communicate and develop a relationship. That's good.
Well, speaking of like outside sports things, how do you handle everything that goes along with all of your soccer practice and all that with what goes on outside of that? So things at home, school, how do you handle all of that together?
This year it's definitely been tough. My senioritis has been hitting.
Yeah,
this year.
that's a thing.
It's just like it feels like a lot, but like once I actually get out there and like start playing or like get to practice, it doesn't feel that bad. It just like is thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
I'm very type A, so I always have a schedule for everything, except for tonight. I was at church group, and so texted me, and so I've been playing for so long, I always just have my schedule with me. It's like, okay, I have this, this, and this to do, and I always try to make a list.
You're a list maker. There are a lot of list makers in the world. I am not really one of those people, but I've met lots of you. Yep, I'm married to one.
I get it from my mom.
Now, ladies, I'm going to ask you a question. This one's probably going to be kind of hard, and you're going to have to really think deep. So take this question in and think about it. Tell us maybe a little bit about something that you may have learned from either one of your coaches. Now, I know who your coaches are, but have you learned anything from them?
Definitely have learned something. In soccer, or like in that aspect, I feel like Ballard and Wu have taught me how to play differently than I would think I should play, because I've had a lot of different coaches, but they want me to play, and it works. It works because I don't think about it in that way, because me and Ballard have very different mindsets on the way that I should play forward.
But you said his way or their way is
it works, and like there's some just like how it works in some ways better than others. Like what was high school versus club. That's yeah.
How about you? You learn anything from them two guys over there?
Soccer wise, definitely. It's just I think the way they coach is really good, and I don't know, just being like flexible and like being able to move around and like listening. They have a lot of good things to say if you actually listen.
Oh, really? Oh.
But if you listen.
Now, I think we've asked before, and I can't remember, but do either one of them have like a saying that they'll commonly go to? Yeah. And they may not even, like subconsciously, not even realize they're saying it in practice or in a game or.
I feel like they do.
Yeah,
it's not coming to my brain right now.
I know Ballard says go to ball a lot.
Go to ball. Go to ball. Go to ball.
Oh,
go to ball.
Chalk your boots.
Chalk your boots. Play with your feet. I heard somebody say play with your feet, and I was like, wait a minute. It's soccer.
Yeah.
You play with your feet. What is he talking about?
Yeah, I remember you all. What does that mean?
What does Woob say? Woob, what do you say?
Woob just says, do better.
I know Woob has a saying.
I know, I'm trying to think.
Don't hurt yourself. So who's got the better hair?
I feel like we had this discussion last year.
Oh, we have it every time, man. This will go on forever.
No, I don't.
Ballard's tried a lot of things. I'm
What
just
do
saying.
you call that style that you have now?
He don't know.
The Ballard.
It's kind of reminiscent of like a Viking king or
Yeah.
something, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like with Ballard changing it up so much, I feel like I would have to go with Whoop.
Yeah,
You've
he's
changed it
just
up 3
trying.
times. You changed up 3 times since last season.
He's
and
mixing it
consistent.
up.
You
You're
gotta
not
keep it
like that.
consistent.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
I just wish I had hair, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, you can't wear your new shirt. On the show.
Hey, I want to know, did you ladies go to prom?
I did not.
You did not?
Nope.
So how was it? Tell us about it. Did you enjoy yourself? What'd you do?
It was fine. The dance is always, everything else is more fun than the dance. Like the getting ready, the taking pictures, the dinner. The dance is always just at Rogersville anyways. It's very stand around, be like, hey. I don't know. I only stayed for like 20 minutes.
Where'd you go eat?
Karai.
Oh,
Right. What's that?
Karai.
I love Karai. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah. Calm down over there, man. Whoa.
Where's my mom? Mom, if you're watching this, can we have ramen tonight, please?
Awesome. All right. So who's going to stay up here? We're already like half an hour into this thing. So who wants to stay? I tell you what, let her stay up here.
You're a senior.
Yeah, she's a senior. And
Are you
we'll switch out here. Maddie, thanks for coming up.
welcome.
Best of luck for the rest of the season. Keep adding to your goal totals and all of the records and all of the things.
Awesome.
And most importantly, please stay healthy.
Yeah.
I will. I will try my best.
Take your vitamins and stretch.
Awesome.
All right. Karai. So Karai is that like a ramen place?
Yeah, it's like ramen and like sushi and just.
I think we've been there one time.
I don't
We had
remember it.
I think we had a big bowl of ramen.
Yes.
And it was the bowl though was like this big around,
Yeah, I
and
have a
you like
picture
picked
of
it up
you.
like this
Yeah.
to drink it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. All right, tell everyone
Who you
who you are, what grade you're in, and what position are you playing.
I'm the other senior. Oh, goodness.
You got to get right up on that.
You're
Get
okay.
right up
Sorry.
on that mic. Own it.
Yeah, I am one of the other seniors. I play wing. My name's Rainy.
Uh-huh.
I am a left wing.
Okay,
yeah.
so are you over on the sideline by them mostly, or are they on the other side? You can do your own thing.
Half.
One half. Okay, well that makes sense, right? Because you're.
Because you
I'm the
switched.
left wing.
Listen, I don't know that much about soccer. I'm just kind of. So, Rainey, tell us a little bit about your assessment of the season. Well, how has it been? How do you feel like it's going?
Oh, I love
Start
it.
to